Kind of the buzz in real estate always was that spring was the perfect time to put your house on the market. Jason Carr is back on the show. He has Onward Chattanooga, and I can see you nodding. Is that still the case?
It is. It is.
So,
springtime's about the best time.
It doesn't feel like spring today. It's very, very cold. And yet, it's just around the corner.
It is.
This is the good time to start prepping, I guess.
It is. And you know, there's a lot to go into prepping to get your home ready. You know, and that's one thing that we specialize in, is coming out and letting you know what needs to be done.
Let's talk about that, because it's like the old joke about if you have somebody coming in to clean your house, you always clean the bathrooms before they get there.
Exactly.
You really probably don't want to do that, because people need to see, you need to see how people live.
Right.
Don't
I mean,
you?
that'll help us, but at the same time, you know, we need to be show ready as soon as we hit the market.
But I mean, when somebody, if I called you and said, okay, Jason, I think I want to sell my house, my initial thought might be, I better clean everything before you come, but is it better for you to almost see what my real life looks like? No?
No, not really.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'll wash the dishes for you then. But you don't want to go doing work before talking to you, right?
Correct.
You don't want to waste your money.
Correct. Yeah, because there's might be some things that you think needs to be done that really doesn't need to be done, and some things that you don't think needs to be done.
Okay, let's talk about that, because I bought a few houses in my time, and what I thought was most important with my first house purchase, I realized was least important by my third or fourth house purchase, because what you really want to focus on as the seller is making sure the structure of your house is sound.
Sound. And you know, a lot of times we'll ask you to get a pre-home inspection. That way we know the condition of your home, and we can have that laid out for the new buyers to look at. Mm-hmm. That helps a lot for the buyer. It gives them an easy peace of mind, you know, hey, they've really taken care of their home. Mm-hmm. So we don't have much to do when we come in. You
know, it might be a little bit late if you're looking to put your house on the market by the end of March. Your kind of time is upon you now. But if you really have the benefit of waiting some time, don't do all of that work at the last minute, because people can kind of tell.
Right. Yeah. You want it done professionally, you know, as nice as possible, but we don't want to go over the top and price ourselves out of the area that you might be in.
Let's talk cosmetics. Everybody's view of what is pretty is different. It's subjective.
Exactly.
So is it really a good idea to paint all the rooms in your house to a neutral color?
If they don't need painted, we suggest you not do it, because you might go with gray and the person might want blue. Mm-hmm. So, you know, as long as the paint's nice, not scratched up, no holes in the walls, mm-hmm. We usually suggest leaving it where it's at.
What about a front door? Talk about the power of a front door.
You know, that first impression when you walk through the front door is the main thing. Make sure the front door is clean, mm-hmm. nice.
Inviting.
Very.
Is there anything that you could do that would then add to the value of your home? Not just the appeal of it, but like you used to hear that bathrooms were a good thing to have upgraded because you would get your money back.
Correct. Kitchens and bathrooms is what sells the house.
Home offices still?
You know, we're seeing a lot of that now. You know, they need 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus a room for an office. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you have that space that you're considering a 4th bedroom but doesn't have 2 egress in it, then we can make that an office.
What about pricing? You know, a lot of people remember when you could almost ask for the moon and the stars and get it for your house. Correct. But you have to be careful to price it fairly, don't you?
Right. We want to be with market value. We don't want to make your house look stagnated for a month and then we decide to lower the price. Mm-hmm. You know, we want to go in aggressive, be ready to sell, and get it sold for you.
Are you still seeing in certain places bids, multiple bids on the house, or has that ended?
That's just about ended. You know, if it's in a hot area, nice home, we get multiple offers, but nothing mm-hmm. like 2-3 years ago.
What's the average sitting time on the market?
About 41 days.
To close or before you get the offer?
Before we get the offer.
Okay. If you are a buyer, we're talking about the seller before, but if mm-hmm. you are a buyer, still make sure that you're pre-qualified, that you're pretty much good as cash?
That's the big thing right now, is the sellers want to see that pre-approval before accepting your offer.
You mentioned on the seller side the benefit of getting almost like a home inspection, so that you then know what's wrong with the house. If you do that, you have to then disclose to potential buyers what you have found.
What you have found, correct.
Right. You can't keep a secret if you really do know
Do know
about
it.
it. Are home warranties a good thing to offer?
They are, and a lot of times we offer them on our listings, and it covers the seller from the time that they list with us until they close. So, you know, a lot of sellers don't have $15,000 if their HVAC goes out tomorrow. That home warranty covers that. You don't pay for it until, you know, closing. So, you know, it's a good thing to have on your home as a seller.
And if it's good for a year, then the buyer gets the benefit as well.
Correct.
Okay, so here's how you can find Jason. It's Onward Chattanooga. He and his team would be happy to help you find the house of your dreams or help you list the house that you're currently in for whatever reason that might be. 265-0088. It's onwardchattanoogahomes.com, and he does not rush you. I will stress that.
Yes.
Whatever you are looking for or needing, he wants to be there to help you until you find it.
Correct.
Great to see you.
You too. Thank you.
If your yard looks like this, it's time to call Blewett Septic. Blewett Septic, where our integrity, punctuality, and craftsmanship make sure the job's done right. We're family owned with a tradition of excellence in Chattanooga. Blewett Septic. Call Corey for your free estimate today.
Warm your season with unbeatable deals on fragrances, skincare, hair care, and more. All up to 80% off, all season long. Treat yourself to luxurious beauty finds at prices that can't be beat. Your winter essentials